So, as many as the narcissists that I have known in my life, they were almost all child molesters. Of course, late Theodore Carl Summerlin was not. Late Michael Allen Bellis was. My late husband was. He watched porn. So would have, God. This other kid is probably still alive. And, he had a half-brother. I almost died twice in one day in Colombia. I could have broke my neck because I was drunk. It stopped me from breaking my neck running. And he said, he actually loved me at the time. But really, really shitty boyfriend. Not a boyfriend at all. But, you can't. A man you can't rely on whatsoever at all. That will never give you a penny. This is all the men in Lancaster lie cast word that I know. Okay, every single last one of them. So, even my last ex-boyfriend. That's why he lied to me when he says, "Oh, I'll give you $500 of my rebate check." Well, he never gave me $1. So, if you never gave me $1, seriously, and he bought me a wedding ring, like last Christmas, how can you buy me a wedding ring when we're not going out, and you never gave me $1? I'm home, and these elderly ladies, they're like, did he ever even, get you an ice cream cone? But it wasn't. It was summer when he wanted to go out with me, so he could have, this past year, bought me an ice cream cone. But something. That's something. Okay. No, you don't have to do that, but yeah, I wanted to have a meal with him in his kitchen. He has so many problems, and he has to be here, there, and everywhere, and secrets of life, so alright, so I was just saying how much all the men in my life were totally useless, and they were all cheapskates, just total cheapskates. Yeah, except my very first boyfriend was a worthwhile boyfriend. All the other ones after that, no, nothing. Just pieces of shit. Just use me. So what? My whole family, I was used by everyone, especially my family. And I wanted to bring up a subject of, I forget. But yeah, who cares? Just, I should try to beg and claim God's blood. And why is God's blood sacred and precious and powerful? Because God's blood was born of a virgin. That's the main key of the Bible. Just forget about everything else in the Bible. The main message is earth is hell. All the bloodlines are hell. Okay? God tests man to be but beasts. Ecclesiastes. I read all of Solomon, and I thought, well, maybe he's not a believer, but David, who was Solomon's son, was a believer. And what did that believer do? He he accidentally got his friend's wife pregnant. So he wanted her to lie to him, and she couldn't, so he had him killed on the front lines, lied about it for a year. That's the worst sin that David ever committed. Now, David was tortured in Psalms. Okay. He did one vile act. But he was in commander, he had opportunity, and he did repent. So, but, yeah. The David of the Psalms, yeah, King David was an asshole, but he repented. Now, I'm saying that victims can't be assholes. They're attacked all the time. You know, they don't have their in place. They're like, somebody doesn't have anything. I just don't get it. I don't get this world. You know, like, it's obvious when somebody doesn't have anything. And I never did. And my insane certain family members acted like, oh, I had all kinds of money. Being a drug lord prostitute. What? Oh my god. They're disgusting. I mean, they ruined my reputation, like, you know. So, that doesn't go away. And they ruined my life. See, I don't get any help. It's not like, oh, I have a loving aunt. Yeah, that would be nice. Somebody in the family that I could rely on. I could never rely on anyone in the family. I don't have any friends to rely on at all. You know, like, once a year to pick me up just because it's so desperate, and, you know, you'll put me down next day, but at least I got a pie. Not even gonna accept a pie. I hate people that act like they're so good. I never ask people for anything. I do everything for free for them. Well, you know, I lived there and I was screamed at. Well, I'm living there for free. My God. Such an ungrateful... I mean, all the hell that I had to go through. Oh, my God. All the verbal abuse. Oh, my God. Absolutely awful. Alright, so I was going to pray... Oh, yeah. My main point. Why Jesus' blood is the most sacred, precious, powerful thing is because it's not of a man's bloodline. So, apparently you live on Hell Earth, and the Nephilims, and all the fallen angels, and all the aliens, and, you know, I mean, there's more than one alien. I mean, alien types, and then there's more than one shapeshifter type. It's crazy. So yeah, you live on St. Damnal, sin-cursed earth, where evil reigns. And the only thing that's worthwhile in the Bible is to know that God's blood in the spiritual realm is the most powerful. It conquers the wickedness in heavenly realms. That's how powerful it is in the spiritual realm. And that is the armor of God. So, just putting it that simply. You don't need to know anything else in the Bible. Certainly not the book of Noah. Or the prodigal son. Or Job. Might as well watch a soap opera. They're a little bit more interesting and more real. Might as well watch something more real and made up on TV. Something that's hysterical, like Seinfeld sometimes, and All in the Family, and Sanford and Son is very good. Classical. But it's sad that families are not that way at all. But, you know, people are very creative and can make good TV shows. And it's really sad. My dead husband couldn't communicate at all. Yeah, there's so many people that are just duds. They're worthless. My husband was totally worthless. And every insane narcissist I know is completely, totally worthless. Just... can tell them something a million times and never, ever, 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 ever hear you. Total disrespect for you. And none of the narcissists believe anything that I said, so... You know what? I don't believe anything you say. So, take a K to silence. So, the prayer that always works for me is, okay, this is a long enough video. So I'm just going to have a praise video. But I can praise at the end of this and start doing it. So, God's blood is the thing that kept me sane from all the insane abusers that created hell in my life. And literally, they did. They controlled every single aspect of my life that I did. And they created hell for me. I had nothing to do with my life. They created hell for me. And it was their hell. Because they hate themselves. So they take off their masks. And they throw it on their victim. Take off all that hate. And they throw it on their victim like my dead husband. It's you! It's you! You! My husband always said he was an alien, and his type was reptilian. His face changed. Although, maybe, I don't know anything about any other aliens. I should add that on YouTube, too. All the other different aliens. Okay. Reptilians, shapeshifters, they can change. They're, in pictures, you can see larger hands, larger feet, and their face can change. Like Justin Bieber's face changed to a fan. Okay. The fan, the little girl was petrified. And that's trauma, just, oh, look, little Justin Bieber, oh, he's so innocent. All of a sudden he turns into the Hawk. And that's trauma. Not as much trauma as I've had. And I could make fun of that trauma, but I don't. But I know someone who does all the time. Oh, yeah. Any narcissist to minimalize a horrific event. Somebody is going to attack you. That's trauma. It's called trauma. But narcissists don't care. And they belittle and they put down their victim all that they can. So, yeah. God's blood is what made me sane. I was attacked all the time. Viciously throughout my life, except growing up, I was just super depressed because it happened when I was little. So, I'm not touched, but I just want to die. Growing up, I don't remember anything. Teenage years, I just wanted to die. I hated myself so much. So I didn't have a life because I brought all that to me. Of course, see, I don't blame class bullies. Where I was. I had a death frame of mind from being abused to death. I have a death frame of mind. So I go into school wanting to die and thinking that all the kids want me to die, but that was in kindergarten. But it kind of never went away. I always felt that death cloud over me. The curse, nobody wants me. Because where I came from, they didn't want me at all. So I naturally felt that around strangers, around my classmates. And I had classmates, the same ones from kindergarten all the way to 8th grade. But me and Rosalind Kronk were the most teased in the class. Girls. And then there was, Roger, so I forget the other guy. So, there's just a few that are picked on, and you're abused to death, traumatized, then you have the energy that I'm not good enough, and people will naturally pick on you, and it's not the bully's fault, it's whoever raised them fault. It's their fault for making them hate themselves. I hated myself until I was 37 years old. The abuser makes their victim hate themselves. Makes their victim crazy. Victims are very mentally ill because of their abusers. And that should be, like, said from the get-go. How can... I was never insane until... unless I was attacked and put down and being made fun of so bad that I just feel like I want to die. You just separate me from that victim. I mean, that damn abuser. You separate me from the damn abuser, I'll be fine. And I was traumatized so bad in 2006. I needed like 6 months to relax, but I never ever got that. So I'm on autopilot. Always had bad boyfriends. And then the town made it out to be like late theater Carl Samlin never helped me out. How did he help me out? He's an old man. He made me do everything for him and cater to him. He's an asshole. But he was a real idiot for allowing 5 crackheads, at least 6, 7, take over his fucking place at 315 South Queen Street. His place was taken over. He called the Lancaster police. Please, get these people out of here. How long were they there? 2 weeks? Well. And look at me. I never had a place to live. And I didn't even know that. So I should have just stayed there. I said, you can't get... But he brought... Then when I came back, and the crackheads were there, I had to get the fuck out of there. I'm not a crackhead. I'm not a prostitute. I'm not, gonna see people have sex in the kitchen or in the bathroom or hiding behind some place. What a gross, disgusting world you live in that nothing's done about. Real crimes. That's my whole life is a total lie because of all the insane abusers creating their hell, their hatred into my life. I have nothing to do with them. My life was useless because of them.